What's up, guys? Lord from Africa, aka Rogan Ozeron, back at you with another video. And I was actually gonna wait and upload another video tomorrow because schedule is so I'm busy today. But I just saw from other channels about a YouTuber named DBDR, and I wanted to give my whole thoughts on the DBDR situation. From the intel and information I've gathered and seen online about what's happened to DBDR, apparently he was doxxed and bullied online. And I really think situations like this is very sad because it really shows how divided, people are nowadays, and how people will literally prey on you when you are in a worse and just more horrible position in life. I mean, DBDR himself, he was an entertaining YouTuber, I mean, I hope he does come back to YouTube somehow, if things aren't as bad and horrible for him, And I'm sure this has pretty much hurt him really bad because he had a very big channel with a large following, and to just have to have that all took away from you because people view you as different and they want to pick on you and bully you just shows how vile and sickening human nature can be, especially with the whole just normies nowadays, That's something that I can never even understand, even when we're not talking about the topic of black field truths, is how people can target an individual for expressing their truth and just telling the things that they've went through in their life, And when you look through DBDR's channel, it was like a whole story, a book to what he's experienced in his life. And so many men, and especially young men and just men of all ages, who are based in just in the dark, bleak truths of reality can relate to DBDR on such a deep mental and emotional level. It's pretty sad when you have people with just a big voice like DBDR getting just, ran off YouTube because people were trying to find him, they're trying to mess with him. And it just shows you how dark and twisted our society is. And this is why I'm mostly just heavily speaking on the Western world and how sick it is, are all places in the world bad? Yeah, but we're on the topic of the Western world, and the Western world to where we live in, right, promotes degeneracy. It promotes people just doing the most obscene things, selling their body, being just disrespectful, outlandish to other people and in public. You don't see any of these other, celebrities getting ran off YouTube for the nonsense music they make, for the nonsense reality shows that they are casting themselves on. But you have someone like DBDR here who basically was just documenting everything that happened to him. All the sadness, the pain, the rejections, and the ridicule he's faced, ever since he's grew up. And he gets more just shame and ridicule for coming out about the truth. And this is why you guys have to understand why I say on my channel, the truth is like kryptonite. It is a poison to those who are infected with just falsehoods, And this whole DBDR situation, him being ran off YouTube, is a perfect, clear example of that. Once you get big enough and you start speaking your mind about certain things, that's when you're going to find that you're going to have a lot of people, hating on you because you're living as who you truly are. And that's what most people can't stand about people in this community is because we don't have to put on a fake bravado. We don't need a fake identity to identify and try to impress people. We live as we naturally are. And the whole thing that's really sad about this is, this man, DBDR, from the last video I saw, he was basically on the verge of living in his car soon. And the fact that he's on the verge of living in his car soon and then he has his channel took, he's not only that being ridiculed by his family, constantly being rejected every day. These are a lot of burdens to bear. And this is why I tell you guys, you really need to move like secret agents. Like Everything you do has to be very secretive. Why do you guys think I really don't have social media like that? Now, do I have Instagram and the Twitter? Yeah, but I'll be making a Twitter soon. But I keep my stuff very top secret, private, and I don't put out information about myself because, quite frankly, it's no one's business really. I only give snippets of information about myself, and I would encourage you guys to do the same because you guys have to remember when you are a person who's living as you truly are, you're basking yourself in just the bleak, just reality that you live in, accepting things for what they are. People aren't going to like that, and they're going to want to dim your voice and your light that you're producing because it's just so unbearable to them to see that you're actually trying to make something out of yourself. You're trying to evolve to the next level, and it just shows you how you really can't trust anyone out here. And I would recommend for all you guys who have YouTube channels, you really need to shut down. You need to keep everything tight as possible, as always. And we really have to take this as a wise example of what happened to DBDR, to always be on guard, because this is sad what's happened to him. I can remember finding his videos, a year ago to where I started my channel firstly, on Blackfield topics, and I came across DBDR's videos 2 months after, and it was a video on why he hates Valentine's Day, and I related so much to it because being a young man in today's society and modern dating, a lot of men can relate to that, and the most just cruel thing about this is the people who did this aren't going to get caught or face any repercussions. So this is just another example of the injustice in our society today. And this is why I highly advise you guys to be on guard. You need to keep everything locked down. Like I told you guys, you must operate like a mercenary, have a mercenary mindset, only have things in your life that benefit you. And for poor DBDR, I wish him the best. I hope he does come back because his voice is needed in the Blackfield community because he's really just gained such a following and has shed a light on the nonsense that men go through. And he really needs to be heard, regardless if you might disagree with some of his takes. You might not like all of how he explains things, but DBDR is a very relatable guy. He's one of the most relatable YouTubers on the platform. And I think most of us, if we ever do get the chance to have a big influence, to which I would kind of highly advise against, because the more fame you have, the more just leeches that are going to come to you. Like we've seen with this situation with DBDR here, right? So I would advise you to tightly lock down things, not let people close or near to you. You have to be very vigilant on everything. Every little small thing that you are doing in your day to day life, you must do it strategically. Everything has to be done very thorough and just cautious because just one mistake, one movement that is off can cost you everything. But this has been another video. I hope you guys got something out of it. Like and subscribe if you're new. Send your condolences to BBDR and, just your thoughts and somewhat good energy to him for him to possibly come back. I wish him well and I hope he's doing all right. But you guys take care. I'll see you in the next video. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.